Hi everybody, Casey Zander here. This is a unflattering story that I have debated sharing on this channel for probably the past year and a half, or even longer. And I don't know why, but I woke up today. I just got done hitting the gym and I thought to myself, today's the day that I want to share it. So you see the title of the video, and the title of the video is Invest Less in Women and in Dating, and I'm going to show you why. A lot of times people have asked me how I got into this space, right? How I started growing this YouTube channel, how I started working with thousands of men across, the world. And the story is pretty, I don't know if you want to call it heartbreaking. I mean, I'm fine, but it's unflattering. So here goes. When I was growing up, my parents ended up getting a divorce, and I'm gonna kind of explain to you how this played out, because I'm the oldest of four. So there's three other siblings, okay? And to give you some background, like my dad, I guess, looks, if you want to call it quote unquote alpha, like he's 6 feet tall, he's probably 230 pounds, he's large, he's strong, right? He has a very dominant personality. And he was always very hardworking for the family and for us. So what I mean by that is a lot of you guys talk about business or chasing excellence. He's a textbook example of that. So he was an engineer. He made, basic wage. We lived in a basic house. And then as I started getting older into middle school and into high school, he started pursuing real estate property development, and his income went up, tenfold to what it was. And a lot of changes happened. So I'm going to explain to this. Despite him constantly being there for, my mother and for the family, here's what I saw from ages 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, until the divorce and separation happened when my mother filed. Okay. What I would consistently see was a man who was trying in life in all ways, okay, whether that be to have a stable marriage and to have, 4 children and grow his finances and consistently pursue excellence. Here's what I can tell you. The more he invested into the marriage, the worse he was treated every single year. So I'll give you an example. He would consistently do things, such as help pick up around the house or help be a good dad. Or he was at, every wrestling tournament for me. He was at every football game for me. He helped coach football. All these things he was doing. Okay, on paper, it was, the good things that oftentimes women claim that they want in a father, in a husband, in a counterpart. Okay, I would consistently see over the years my mom test him, routinely nag, okay, routinely become the 4-letter word that starts with a B, okay, in his face 24/7, until it was to the point where I'll never forget this one piece. She would be so disrespectful, so naggy, so even act depressed and act like that depression was his fault, so unbearable to be around, that there was one point specifically. So at this point, my dad's real estate career took off. I was 17, 18 years old. We moved into a new house. It was, quote unquote on paper, it would have been my mom's dream home or something like that. Okay. As we move, I'll never forget, we had a workout room and he was doing cardio. And instead of just letting him do his cardio and talking after, she sat there for the entire 45 minutes and screamed and hollered in his face. So every single day coming home from school from ages 13 to 18 for 5 years, I got to see this side of family life, and I got to see this side of female nature, and I got to see the truth of what women actually respond to. And the more he did to fix the marriage, right? Anniversary ring, a vacation, takes family to Vegas, do all these things, grow a bigger house, better cars, things like that. The more he did, the more he was punished and the more he was disrespected. Okay. So what I can tell you is when she did finally file, okay, because it was just south, right? He gets kicked out of the brand new home that, he built, that he worked his whole life for. She gets to stay there, and because of divorce stuff, that's how it went, and he didn't even get to enjoy what it is that he worked his entire life for. So it's hard for me to say these things, but it's true. And these things are uncomfortable, but you have to take them for what it is. So that's the story. Okay, there's a few other points that I want to make here. The first point is what women are actually attracted to, I think even they themselves find a little bit unflattering. Like, the more you invest in a woman, the less respect you have, the worse you're treated. The more you invest in a woman and the more you're there for her, the less she desires you on an intimate level. The more you invest verbally, physically, like whatever it is, the more that you do for her, the more that she takes that weakness, that kindness as weakness, and the more you're punished and less desired. Like, the fact of like the dominant personality traits or the cockiness or the arrogance that men possess or can possess, women find those most seductive. And I didn't make them that way. Don't hate me, I'm the messenger. Okay, here's what I can tell you. Invest less in women and invest more in you. Like, you do not ever need to buy a woman flowers. You don't need to buy bags. You don't need to do any of that stuff. Like, when you do those things to make up for attraction in general, or you think that being nice like that will show that you're invested, or it will show that you're willing to commit, those things turn women off more and more. You know, the analogy I want to make too is like, there's tons of men out there who are marriage ready and marriage committed. Like, they want to genuinely find a wife, they want to propose to a woman, and they want to be a father. And women know that there's tons of men like that, but you will consistently see women will chase the guy that will not commit and hopefully turn him into a better man, all for the fantasy of taming the beast. So the more you invest in women, the less respect you will get in the long run. And due to that, I advise you to probably not invest in them at all. Like, what you should be investing in is your success. You should be investing in your growth. And if you want to go on a date here or there, that's perfect. $5 coffee date, right? $10 ice cream for both of you, right? You can flirt, you can tease, but ultimately the presumption is that you want to make sure there's genuine desire on an intimate level that she has with you the entire time. And this is not a transactional type relationship where, hey, because he bought me this bag or because he bought me these shoes, therefore now I'm going to go out on a date with him. Because you will consistently see her hardwiring chase after guys, giving better emotional spikes and ultimately drawing out her emotions on an emotional level far better than you can. And because of that, you're going to be dumped, heartbroken, ghosted, cheated on, so on and so forth. So first off, that's how I got into the space, okay? Because once I did see that divorce happen at age 18, I made it one of my commitments to find out these truths and help inspire and empower others. And because of that, I knew that my life would never be the same again. And because of that, I want to help you not make these same mistakes that so many men make time and time again throughout history. So with that said, what I've done over the past few years is I've worked with over 3,000 guys inside my MBT, the Masculinity Blueprint Accelerator. And this was my guided step-by-step training for those of you who actually align with this set of belief sets. If you align with the way I think, you align with the belief sets that go into these videos, and you ultimately want to make sure that you are never left in the situation that 99.9% of guys are in, I highly advise going down below, clicking that link into the webinar or the quick access link that I do have so you can be part of that community. Not only have thousands of guys enrolled into that, but I've put a hard stop this year on the community size. When the community size hits 2,000, which we're nearing that enrollment closing, I'm going to be closing down enrollment. Okay, and I'm doing that because I want to keep group integrity high, and the guys that we do have in there are rock solid, and the community that I built is so uplifting. The threads that we have of the brotherhood of building people together, it has literally been unstoppable, and I've collected a vault of thousands of testimonials because of it. And because of that, now is going to be one of the last chances this year for you to actually be part of that amazing community, that amazing product, that amazing program, and change your life for the better. That's number one. The second thing I want to show you real quick is when we're doing our merchandise drop. So on July 1st, okay, which is coming up, I'm doing my first ever merchandise drop for my brand. So this snapback hat is going to be released July 1st. I have limited supply, limited quantity. And then also I have limited supply of shirts. Okay, so these shirts, I kept them clean. It's my basic brand logo, brand tee. I'll kind of show you how this looks right now. This t-shirt right here, I've kept it so it's very clean, it's very basic. The logo looks good, the material is super soft, And this is going to be one of the only merch drops that I ever do with this style. And I don't know how this is going to do, but that's why I have limited stock and limited inventory. Here's what I can tell you. If you're on my newsletter, you get this merch a day early, okay? If you're part of the MBT, Masculinity Blueprint, you also get this a day early. So I'm gonna be releasing it to my email list early. So if you're part of that product, you're gonna have first dibs on this, right? To the YouTube channel, this will be released July 1st. Hit the like button, guys, comment and subscribe. Let me know what you wanna see next. Let me know what other stories you'd like me to tell you, and we'll see you in the next one.